Grizzly hunting under bright lights, we fight. Dallas riding strong through the Midwest night. Soldier feel shake, but the boys won't fall. Grizzly hunting, free wrestle in the call. Chicago winds blow, but the star rides in. Cowboys on a mission, let the hunt begin. Dak drops back, CD breaks, touchdown in the end zone, sweet victory. Grizzly hunting under bright lights, we fight. Dallas riding strong through the Midwest night. Soldier feel shake, but the boys won't fall. Grizzly hunting, we're answering the call. No fear of the bear. We're bold, we're true. The star shines bright in silver and blue.
Mira como esto te activa, de mi ritmo no hay salida.
J-Con y con la matrícula. Ella combate amiga, dice que todo se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile, baby. Ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti, lo que tengo para ti. Te va a encantar como meto yo.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Primetime Studios. Like always, I'm that motherfucker named Primetime Phil, and that's that motherfucker named Gametime Bryan, and welcome to the Time Brothers. And yeah, you thought it was a mistake at first until I brought it the second time. But anyways, welcome back to it's week 3, and here we are, man, talking more actual NFL football. Not a gloomy day, not a bad day, just week 3 of the NFL season, and here we are, Game Time. What's going on, sir?
Well, good evening, Primetime Phil. I've been off the grid for the last couple of days. Apologize, but man, it is football time. I would just say I get it. The kids are trying to save some money. You know, you have a wedding at a nice golf course on a Sunday, you save a substantial amount of money, but you better make sure it's a friggin' bye week. It is not a bye week, so I will be, for all intents and purposes, maybe it's a good thing, not staring at the TV. But yes, it's good to be back, brother. Very busy few days. I appreciate everybody's thoughts and text messages, emails, condolences. Suck it up. Yeah, I'll be all right, brother.
Let me continue
I'll be
talking.
fine.
I'm gonna try to zoom in this thing here so people can see their chat a little bit. It's gonna be.
I like it. He's working shit. Look at him. He's working it. But yes, I'm doing good, brother. How are you? More importantly.
Good. I mean, just working a lot. Been busy. Can't complain. But I guess job security is definitely in my deal. As you were talking about on your channel, I'm definitely in that sense of a promotion and skipping a couple of spots. So yeah, nothing guaranteed. But if anything kind of shows the reflection of this channel, just the commitment that we have. I'm here. I love doing this. I love what I do as well at work, and I love this. Even once a week we come together and we talk about Cowboys. We talk about in general the NFL, and and I was telling my girl the other day, I'm just very lucky with the partnership that we found a couple of years ago through the Godfather himself, Mark Holmes. So I appreciate it, man.
Well, I don't tell Phil when I'm working on things and guests. I hate saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, but I had a fantastic guest lined up for Wednesday, but I couldn't swing it, and by the time they got back to me, it was too late. So we'll have to revisit that one. Ex-quarterback Jim McMahon. Yes, believe it or not, I reached out to his representatives, and he was going to hop on. But sorry, everybody. These things are, Phil, they don't really care that we're on a timetable. They basically get back when they can. I had submitted an email a couple weeks, like maybe 3 weeks ago, and it was just, I didn't see it until it was way too late, and I did get back to him. But yes, it would have been cool. I was always a big Jim McMahon fan, but again. And the reason why I did that was because we were playing the Bears. Now, I didn't say nothing to you, Phil, because
The Bears.
you would have been like, get his ass. But I think Phil was, he texted me Wednesday, right? And you were like, are we doing a show? Phil knows. I let him know.
He usually lets me know right ahead of time. So I was just assuming I had my
all
studio
you gotta do is
turned
go
on.
and by Sunday, Monday, if there's a thumbnail. If not, this NFC East clash won't be an every week thing. It was more based on the NFC East, that's why I did it before the Eagle game and the Giants.
Well, that's
game.
why I was confused. When it continued on. I mean, I guess through the first 2
it was
weeks.
only
I
the
mean,
2
it was
weeks,
those.
Eagles and Giants.
So I'm gonna go ahead
NFC East.
I'm gonna go ahead and answer Mouse. Mouse says would really be interested in what Primetime has to say about it when he went to Oregon. I can say so many things. I mean, the experience itself, I think. I don't know if anybody's ever seen anything that comes from it, but obviously Phil Knight is associated with it. Autzen Stadium, an amazing stadium that was built there. The facility that they work out at as well. I mean, that's just everything is just separate itself. But you go in there and you actually have this whole customized shoe department as well. To the 2 years that I went there, we never wore the same combo of jersey, helmet colors. So it was just kind of crazy all over the place. I got to play with guys like Kellen Clemens, Dennis Dixon, Jonathan Stewart. So just guys that flashed in the NFL and everything as well too.
Well, dude, I bought you a jersey with your name and number on. You would think you would have it hanging somewhere.
Oh, I trust me, I have it. I just don't like to have people over here having my last
everybody's
name and
asking
shit.
me, well, what was this? What was Phil? And my son who's getting married tomorrow, his fiance, for one more day at least, most of her family are from Oregon.
Oh, nice.
I was talking to them last night. I said, oh, yeah. I said, my partner, because they only know me from my channel, because I guess my son, oh, look at this goofy guy, and they'll show me doing us do whatever. I said, well, my partner on the other channel was an ex Oregon quarterback. He goes, oh my God, Marcus Mariota or whatever. Or not
No, that was afterwards.
One of those. I'm like, no, but close. So they go, oh man, you got to get me some signed stuff. I'm like, yeah, he'll sign anything you want.
Yeah. No.
So,
you didn't go into details. I see.
Well,
no,
I
man.
told them you were back up. I don't know what year, but but they were like, oh my God, that's so cool. So again, you have a lot of fans on my soon-to-be my son's in-laws. So
Well, I trust me, man. When it comes to Oregon, I have ex-linemen as well that live still live in that area. Springfield as well. That's right next door. They were in the competition for the Springfield to represent the Simpsons as well. I think it was amazing there. People ask me if would I ever move back. I say no immediately, just because it's not the area. It's just that I had such an amazing experience. I never want to ruin those memories, by adding new ones that kind of like maybe don't live up to it.
Primetime Phil a star. Phil walks away when we're walking around with Mark. I'm usually on Mark's like shoulder, trying to get his scraps, and Phil just turns around and walks the other way. He don't want no part of it.
I've been,
But
I've lived that world. Like it was good. It was
Vegas
great.
is going to be us, brother.
Oh yeah, and I look forward to that
you
because
go hide on me now.
No, because the people there, we know, these are the names that we know, to put the face with the name I think that's what's going to be amazing. I think that's, even in my line of work where you're talking about emails and you're going through text or any of that stuff, just to finally put a face with the name and talk. And so when I talk to you in the future, hey, you're human. We're back and forth.
Yeah.
We're talking, even though we may have different views and stuff like that, you get to see me as that person, I'm not.
Let me ask you something. Before we get into the NFL football, the Cowboys, I feel like it's been forever since last week. I don't know. It's just been a very long week for me. And let me ask you though, I really love college football. What I love about college football, Phil, is waking up early, right, on a crisp. Now, it's not so much crisp where you're at, but where I'm at, it's crisp in the morning, 50s and 60s, hoodie weather, wear shorts and a hoodie, maybe even sweats, have a cup of coffee. But I like turning on the TV, looking at the matchups of the day. As a football player, when you were playing in the games, now, maybe you were backup, you still had to have the mindset that you could possibly get in. Does Saturdays mean anything to you anymore? All those years playing football at a high level,
I think
I
think when I look at it, I kind of, there's like little flashes. I'm not gonna lie that there's moments where I have dreams of being back there. I think those are amazing. Especially if you can put the psychological part of it, where you can have a lucid dream and kind of control it a little bit more with the psychology degree that I was going for. Those are the things you learned, to have lucid dreams and how to kind of cause that to happen as well. If anybody watched Vanilla Sky, it's just these amazing flashbacks that happen. Whether and it's not necessarily Oregon. I mean, Eastern Oregon University was another one. I played in Florida. I won 5A championships, 3A championships. I won those before I even understood what football was. I just went out there and played. I didn't concept that we were setting up a pack.
Hey, Elena, how are you? What's up, Hamid?
And but when it comes to experience and this thing, that's why when I look at this and I see the camaraderie that people have, and they go to other teams or any of that stuff, it's just football is not the same as it was before. With the hitting as well and the rivalries, and nobody was really switching teams at that point. So I mean,
I just couldn't imagine Phil suiting up, even if you're just warming up in front of what's Oregon Stadium, Autzen Stadium or something.
Yep.
How many does that hold?
68 or so, 60,000.
I mean, that's just I could not imagine that.
Yeah,
I could not imagine that.
It rumbles.
Incredible.
It rumbles. I mean, that's I don't even know how to explain that. The goosebumps that it gives you. And as we go in that further down that rabbit hole, I think I could talk almost so many experiences and stuff when it comes to that. But
I went to high school with a guy, Sean Smith. Shout out to Sean Smith. He was a linebacker. He got a free ride to Notre Dame out of a small school in South Jersey. That's not normal. He kind of didn't take it. Let's put it this way: academically, he was a smart guy, but he didn't fit in at Notre Dame, right?
Yeah.
So he ended up leaving Notre Dame, going to San Diego State, only to play with Marshall Faulk. So it wasn't and Jesse Montanez, I see you, brother. You're in the chat. He later went on to play with the Giants.
I think it's kind of funny because actually, as I live down here in Naples,
a little bit.
As I live down here in Naples, there's a lot of stuff. Even as I became a pilot later on. Later on in my life, I actually met Edrin James and became friends with him. And he's out of Immokalee, so it's right there. Naples, Immokalee, Fort Myers. Fort Myers where Dion's at. We're all in that same area there. So when I see Dion, it's a little bit more. It means more for me because he's from my area.
Right.
So it's always those local boys. How you see local boys succeed, and you're just like, it just kind of has that feeling, and I had that feeling since I watched him go to Florida State. go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
I hated it when he went to 49ers. I was so heartbroken. But then I was so happy that my a great player, a local player went to the Cowboys. So it's just like, it's just a hell of a, when it comes to football, it's just an amazing emotional roller coaster you can have in different experiences, whether you're watching a person, whether you're watching a play, maybe a game. I can remember Buffalo versus Dallas, how many years with T.O., where they won it at the very end, Monday Night Football shootout. I don't know how many people remember that, but again, it's that roller coaster of emotions that you have in this sport. So anyways,
I just wanted to peel back the layers and get in the mind of what it feels like to be running out in a tunnel with 65,000 people. I think college football is way
more energy.
Yeah.
Like, and I've been to some of those stadiums. Obviously, I've never played on the field of a professional field, so I can't tell you how it is when it gets funneled into the middle. But you can hear it. I mean, you can even hear it when you're in the crowd compared to when you're not. I'm sorry if there is. Let me go check.
I don't know.
Didn't see anything. Okay.
Oh no. Oh, okay. They want Dirty Sanchez to do it as a.
Yes, exactly. Yes, in Cowboy. That was the 5 interceptions exactly where they had no business winning that. They missed the 2-point conversion at the end. I was like, oh my God! I was so like back and forth, and they win it. Like, yeah, that was. That one I was like, man, that took 2 years. That took 2 years off my life. We were just talking about that movie, actually.
The Sisters of Pi would like to welcome our new.
And of course, I got to poke at Ultra because obviously he's talking about Miami, and Miami does look good, but like I'm a Florida State fan when it comes to Florida teams, so it's just like I love how Florida State's looking as well too. So
the only reason why I liked Miami was, let's be honest. They have Michael Irvin, that Warren Sapp, Jimmy Johnson, and then to know that they went on to be the coach of the Cowboys, that was kind of neat. I mean, not Warren Sapp, Jerome Brown, right? It was Jerome
Warren
Brown.
Sapp went as well there.
Yeah, he went there, but not at that time. I don't think, right? It was
he went there with
the
championship. I swear with Jimmy, I think he was in that part of that team.
Maybe.
I swear
Bryan,
he was.
don't forget the Mega Moves. Yeah, I know. I know that movie Inside and Out, Retro Gaming, and Grub, Chris May. What's up? What's up in the country boy? How are you? Hamid, you've won. It's pretty sad that I know more about your team than you do. Eagles have won 18 games in a row. 18. All right. As you were. Anyway, go ahead, Phil.
No, I was going to say, man, here we go. Going into week 3, we have a matchup against Chicago. Chicago, still trying to find its identity. I think still a very big threat you think about all the additions they've had in the offseason. You've seen little flashes of them putting stuff together. I think Ben Johnson's always that creative mind that has the ability to kind of all of a sudden, it's that first beginning couple of drives that you have to really worry about, the ones that are really game planned against your defense. Especially he's been watching film. You're going to have shots deep that you're going to have against his defense. So I think going into this matchup, I mean, it's going to be pretty close, but how do you feel it? Do you feel like, it's a mismatch? Do you feel like there's a close
I need people in the chat to fill me in here. I know Ultra, I'm in a group text, and he had said something regarding Diggs being uncertain with the knee.
Diggs is
what is going on?
Yeah. I would assume that our secondary is not going to be there. That's what I would assume.
But is it the same injury? Is it a different injury? I mean, what the heck is going on? If it's swelling in the same knee,
they probably just want to keep them in for that Green Bay game. They don't want to mess with anything with that Chicago game. The Green Bay game needs a little bit more, probably. I don't know. I don't know.
To me, this is the game you go after, and you worry about Green Bay. Ice on the knee, Vin. Did they say how it happened? Different injury, or just from the
maybe just
Diggs will get the same workload as he did versus the Eagles?
Okay,
it's unfortunate because we need him this week with DeRon Bland. I got a fresh jersey behind me.
I like that. That looks nice.
Yeah, it's the authentic jersey. I had gotten it off of somebody, and I didn't know where they lived, and I had bought it, and I realized it was from 15 minutes away.
We're better than you.
The girl
we know it.
Exactly.
But so without Bland, and Diggs, come on, this is getting old already.
Well, I mean,
getting old.
I mean, and that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's just like I think at some point, they can attack you. They can, especially if those guys are out, they're going to be able to attack you. And we do have some guys that can step up. I don't think, to ride it, say they're going to shut down the whole game. That's going to, that's just not unrealistic. They'll make plays. They may even make interceptions and get plays. But, they'll have that, they could have that whole thing where all of a sudden they give up 2 or 3 plays and then they make a swat. Oh, they give up 2 or 3 plays and boom, intercepted. They have that ability. It's just, can they put it all together? I think with the level of talent that's on the other side of the field, I think it helps their cause.
And Ultra brings up a point. Bears have 4 of their top CBs out. My only thing is Bland's going to be fine, right? He has something that's totally different. He'll be back most likely for Green Bay. They're being extra cautious there.
Yeah, I think so.
It's just, it is a concern. So,
Well, any of those things, we said that. Those corners, any of those things are concerned. As soon as Ravel comes back, that's going to be a concern. It's like, all right, well, how long can you stay on there? Or are you going 100 miles an hour? It's like...
get ready for the human seatbelt. Whatever the hell. Kalen Carson.
The human turnstile for now until you can cover.
But let's get into the game. I mean, like you asked me my overall thing. I think we should win the football game.
Yeah.
I do. But yet again, we're playing, and this is going to happen, especially early on in the season. We're playing a very desperate team. Mm-hmm. Ben Johnson's a very talented football coach, albeit already snippy. You don't have any Ben. Just shut your mouth, brother. You don't have any reason to be snippy. You're a head coach in the NFL. You look like a Wormser from Revenge of the Nerds. Listen, Ben, shut your mouth, coach your team. Stop being rude to the media after game 2 because you didn't get the job done. All right, are you making what, $12-13 million?
He already looks pretty. Looks pretty.
You didn't want to interview for Dallas because it wasn't your cup of tea. You can't handle a Chicago. You thank God you didn't come to Dallas. But they are desperate. More than Phil, I believe, Phil. I'm more of a Caleb Williams fan than you. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, and what is your this is my and I want to listen to your counter. My thing is, when I think of Caleb Williams, he can make all the throws, and what scares me about him is that he's very mobile and he can make all the throws on the move. We could pressure the quarterback. That's not a problem, but getting the quarterback to the ground or really affecting him, I'm worried about, especially this week. What is a comeback when I say I'm worried about Caleb Williams? Not on the level as Jalen Hurts, but
I agree. He can make all the throws, but does he make all the throws all the time? No, he barely. Even if a wide open there in the flat, like a mid throw, he'll miss it. So his inconsistency, I think that's the one word. I think Miles hits it on the head. He's just so inconsistent, just about reading the coverage. Once he gets flustered, it's just like he doesn't want to kind of settle in there. That first, again, like I told you, the first drive of the season, he looked amazing. If he just kind of kept that composure, take your time in your reads. Yes, you're gonna get sacked. But they're built a good line. They got a good offensive play call that you can kind of go through your reads or slants and stuff that's there and open. You got guys who can do it. Again, I expect a little bit more from guys like Rome, just because when he's dropping passes and stuff, that's not helping your quarterback at all. But I agree with you in the sense that he can make all the throws. He doesn't do it. I mean, he'll make one incredible throw out of 10, and but again, can he? Yes, he can. So it's just like, that's what I'm afraid of, is that all of a sudden he can put a game together like Russell Wilson did and look amazing against a defense that's kind of depleted a little bit.
Yeah, and again, Ultra brings up a good point. The Bears are missing most of their corners as well. So it's not like it's a dog eat dog.
Well, let me ask you this.
Let
me counter this a little bit, and I think we're all going to agree on this one. If you were to guess, in the state of this, the way that it is, I'm going to give each offense 7 drives. Who do you think scores more in those 7 drives? The Cowboys offense
Dallas.
and Chicago's.
Exactly.
And so that's when it comes down to it.
And we'll get to the final prediction. But again, this is a game I had an L before the season. I'm just going to tell you, I will pick Dallas to win. But it's not with a lot of confidence, just based on.
I agree too. Yeah.
On the road, it's going to be wet, supposedly. So okay. I mean, listen, it's not cold. It won't be cold. Dallas's flight, didn't did. I mean, does anybody know that the flight finally get there? It was delayed and sitting on the tarmac for hours. So there's some things at play here. No Jadeveon Clowney, most likely. They're saying they're probably going to hold him out. So I don't know what they're saying or not saying, but they say he's not quite up to speed.
I mean, you just need to know the term. I mean, to me, it's different if you're a defensive tackle. You got, this is your gaps. You may be making me do a stunt here and there, but we tell you, yeah, you're stunting with me. You can say that kind of stuff. But when you're an edge guy where you got to hold the edge, I need you to hold this,
Right.
look for the run, but go for the sack. Like, you have to know situations, and that in each play has a different situation with that. So the more complexity, is that the word I'm looking for? That comes with the edge position.
That's solid.
That comes with the edge position. I think that's why. I mean, is it because of the little thing that? No. I don't think that at all. I think it just has to do with there's a lot more to just learn. It's like being a linebacker in the system.
Look at me though. So there's no Clowney until after the Green Bay game. I think he was brought in specifically for the Green Bay game. To be honest with you.
Could be.
I think he'll definitely play next week. There's no, I don't think he'll play this week. Maybe he'll be on a limited snap, but I don't think on the road. I think those roster spots are golden right now. I'm okay with it. I'm just letting everybody know there's a good chance Clowney won't play. Looks like no running back Jaden Blue again. From what Shoddy's saying, he's getting better. He's had 2 good weeks of practice. But
I don't mind. Here's the thing: is like I have him there. Like when you unleash him in the season, everybody's probably gonna have tired legs by that point, and this guy's gonna be refreshed and ready to kind of prove it in the NFL. So I don't mind it.
More importantly, he won't get your quarterback's head taken off. He'll know the coverage and the protection coverage. More importantly, you do not want to have any issues. Now we are going to be playing Montez Sweat this week. So, or no, is it Josh Sweat or Montez Sweat? No, it's Montez Sweat, right? Yeah, I thought it was Josh Sweat. No way, Clown, you don't get a couple snaps. Mouse, I don't think they're going to activate him. That's what I'm hearing. Hey, I hope you're right, but I don't see how we can just activate him for a couple snaps. He doesn't play special teams. I just don't see it.
That's the thing about it. Well, that's the thing is really when it comes down to it, could they have activated?
Montez,
I guarantee they could have done it, had him starting right away. I don't know, man. You don't know what's going on through the coaches' heads. We can only kind of speculate what's going on. When it comes to the guy, I think he's just, he has a lot of knowledge. He has a lot of history in the sense of even his stats and stuff there too. So I'm hoping that he can bring that to our team. I think in the past couple of years, our problem sometimes with bringing some of these stars in is that we don't utilize them correctly, and then they can't shine the way that they normally do. So I'm interested to see if that's what we do. If we allow him to kind of just set the edge and then kind of rush the quarterback and do his thing, or is it going to be more of we need you to drop back into pass coverage, which is not something that he's normally quite doing. So a lot of questions there.
Indeed, there are. But again, not being a scared, little puppy, I think we're going to be okay. I really like what I've seen. Now, again, this is going to be the first game without Cooper Beebe. All right. Now, I actually think we're going to be just fine in this game, and probably at least for the next couple games. When he comes in, Brock Hoffman is vicious.
Yeah.
Okay. Brock Hoffman is nasty.
And don't get me wrong, we understand where he misses blocks. Sometimes it's hard for him to get off of a block as well too. But I don't really fear too much of him missing blocks. At least he gets his body
he's
in
good
there.
with the calls.
Yeah.
A little concerned about the snaps, especially with a wet ball potentially. I'm not saying it's going to be a deluge, but these are the type of things you have to worry about. They went out. Surprisingly enough, they brought in an ex-Eberflus guy to be the backup center, French,
Yeah, from the Colts, right?
Yeah, and TJ Bass will not be the backup. TJ Bass is strictly a swing guard. So maybe he's an emergency, but he won't be the backup from what I'm gathering. but I'm not positive on that this week. But they did bring a guy to ultimately take.
Well, I mean, when you know your guy, you know your guy. So that I think that's what it is. It's so I haven't seen him much. I haven't seen much film on him, so I can't really say about the move. But I do like that TJ Bass, and if they feel better about TJ Bass being that swing person back and forth compared to if this guy is just he's isolated here, he can't play the other side, but he's great at this one particular side. I totally
I just
understand.
don't know if the new guy is ready to be the backup on Sunday, but from what I gather, they are bringing him in to be the third
He's a center,
guy.
right? That means he's
But-
there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it. Yeah, I'm gonna save that for when we go around the league. But yeah, I got some news on a center who's not playing so good. But yeah, so like Brock Hoffman steps in, and he has a lot of experience. He's nasty. It's just on the long term under film, he could be taken advantage of. But again, he's nasty. He has the right temperament. He's done it. I don't think we're gonna miss a beat. I really don't. You just hope that he can get the snaps up. He had a couple snaps last week that were low. Dak's pretty good with that, but that's at home, right? On the road, might be a little
story,
different.
Yep.
So these are the little things. Hey, Mark Hutchinson, how are you, brother? These are things
but
that
I do like the
you
rest
have
of the
to look
matchups
at.
when it comes to the rest everything else. I mean, I think Eberflus's return kind of overshadows Sanborn's kind of return as well too. I think he's going to want to prove some stuff. I feel when it comes to the run defenses, I feel a lot more confident in our run defense compared to theirs as well too. So I see our running game definitely being involved. It's been involved. It's been a great job of balancing. I got to give Shotty a little bit of credit there. Mark Hutchins says, heard we're putting Booker and center in practice. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the snaps where it seemed like everybody was taking center snaps just because they wanted to see the ability. I mean, I saw it as well too.
I don't think it was so much as a plan as we have a
see.
few minutes. Who wants to try it?
I think that stuff should have been done in training camp, but okay, you want to do it now, Thank you, Mark. I appreciate the super chat, man. But anyways, when it comes to this attacking the Chicago's defense, when we're talking about the running game, how you feel about the running back? We talked about Blue sitting out as well, but are you happy that Miles Sanders is still kind of being in that mix?
Yeah, I'm fine with it right now. I would like to see more of Hunter Lepke. Maybe Miles isn't getting that much run. I would like to run the ball just a little more. I think the key is you have to set up play action. It's been very successful, the play action, but it only works if you can run the football. I think on a wet field, I would want to run Javante, mix in Sanders, but I also want to see we paid him money. Let's play him. He's not getting enough snaps from me. Hunter Lepke, let's run him. He's a vicious runner as well. He's a tough physical runner. Again, maybe we don't have the holes that we've had the first 2 weeks with BB out. We don't know. We think, right? We think we're going to be okay, but we don't know. The inside run game.
I think one of those things where you may have some stuff, but I think your big chunks are going to be through the air, finishing off maybe with stuff on the ground. So I think a good mixture can really kind of set this team up to be to really kind of control the day. If again they can not get in their own get out of their own damn way sometimes. So I've seen a lot more of a disciplined Cowboys team this year. I'm not saying that that's how it's going to be moving forward at all, but I definitely like that compared to where previous year it seems like flags.
And to say
flags.
that, we've had a lot of flags last game, but that was just one of those games. I think those.
Oh, you
officials
saw
just-
New York, man. Look at New York. New York was like flag.
I mean,
And you
we
were some of those
caught up.
questionables.
We helped them out a lot, and it was kind of frustrating. But I listen. I'm sorry to tell you, but I swear that the officials look at the amount of calls at halftime that one team's getting, and they find a way to even it up. I
let's
just
even it up.
feel that way because at the end of the day, when you have your scorecard, they all get graded. It ain't gonna look good if you got 14 penalties to 2 or something like that. So there was definitely some areas where they can improve. Now, did you see where the NFL is fining people at a record pace already? CD and
Yeah.
George
they
Pickens
try to
was
sneak
fined.
that. They try to sneak Sneady's thing between each other. Like
Saquon Barkley was fined over
For the helmet.
$46,000 for lowering his head. I mean, that's a bit much to me. I don't know. That's a bit much.
yeah, I just seen that they were just all of a sudden. I think maybe they needed some bills to get paid. Something was happening. They needed
I feel like
show some
I feel
revenue.
like they're just trying. Yeah.
had a quotas to fill. I don't know, man.
I just
You need
think it's a bit much.
I need you to go find 25 fines. Okay, I can do that. Like it's just kind of it's kind of ridiculous. Just some of them. Just especially when it comes to some of the celebrations and stuff. I can understand some of the unsportsmanlike conduct type of stuff. Because you don't want it to be in the game, you don't really want them to feel
Right.
How do you
Right.
hurt somebody the most? Through the pocketbook, right? Yeah, man, I just saw it all of a sudden. It seemed like every team was seemed to be getting it. But Brian, let's go through some of these matchups as before we get back to this matchup.
Well, Vinny has a
of the
question real
What's
quick.
up?
He says, do the fines go to charity? I think they do, but I'm not positive.
Did
I
it go
believe
to the 100 play 100?
Yeah, Vinny. I think it goes to charity. That doesn't matter. I mean, that's
It's hard for me to believe that. It probably goes to
Dallas gives
Goodell's
more money
bonus.
than anybody as far as the red kettle. That's like nothing against charities, but you got to start finding guys for just every little thing. You're taking a lot of the fun out of the game. The way they dress and their socks not being high enough. Like, give me a break. Give me a break. But anyway, let's get it. What's up, little Dallas Cowboys?
But yeah, dress code, people.
Hold Fucking dress code was dumb. Just a question goes to good cause. Yeah, no, I hear you, Vinny. It's a good cause, but you're just finding these poor guys like for you're farting. If you fart too loud in the huddle, and before you know it, there'll be dudes will be up chucking. That's a fine. If you see flags flying in, it could get bad. So. Dave Thompson outscoring the Cowboys 3-0 in the second half is far from domination. Yeah, that's 2 weeks ago, brother. We know that, but hey, they got the dub. You move on.
Man.
We'll see them again towards the end of the year. All right, yeah. Do you want to start it off or?
Yeah, let's go ahead, man.
All right.
yeah.
So go ahead. Start her off, brother.
So I guess there's no Thursday night game, huh? That's just
I don't know. You got Miami versus Buffalo. I don't know. I'm feeling the
We're
Bills.
already on Saturday, that's why. Atlanta.
I'm feeling the Bills.
Yeah. So our 1 o'clock, the first one.
He says super chat. They need full-time
Yes,
referees.
they do. They do, man. You got to pay them, man. Think about how much money the NFL pulls in, man. You can't tell me that you can't make those guys like, six-figure salaries and stuff. Doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, let's see. So the first game for what I have when I look at the NFL.com thing is they have the Atlanta Falcons going against the Carolina Panthers. Wow, they are starting it off with a snoozer. I can see some scoring in this. It's hard for me to want to pick Carolina until Carolina probably week 6, week 7 when they wake up and they're like, all of a sudden, oh, so-and-so was benched and now he comes back and he's like, it looks amazing. And but until that happens, I'm going to go ahead and just keep picking against Carolina. And I'm going to go with Atlanta on this one.
Yeah, I'm not. I've seen Carolina play. They don't look good. Again, they don't look good at all.
Like a high school
so
team
give me
look
the
like they
Atlanta
could whoop 'em right
Falcons,
now.
Michael Penix, Bijan Robinson, and company.
They've been scoring. They've been doing some scoring, and they're up and down too. Don't get me wrong, but they're a little bit more exciting when it comes to. At least they've been. It seems that they seem to have been in those games. So in the next one, they have Green Bay going against Cleveland. Looks like they are in Cleveland. Green Bay 2-0, and then Cleveland 0-2. Do you see anything changing in this matchup?
Yeah,
that
this
makes you-
game is a upset alert.
Ooh.
Okay, this is an upset alert game. Now, what's the line? Let me look at the line here. Green Bay, Cleveland. Cleveland's at home getting 8.5 points, anywhere from 7.5 to 8.5. Upset alert here. I'm not, again, no line, pigskin picking. I don't know that I could go Cleveland here. I guess Green Bay's going to win the game, but I'm telling you, outside of division, before a big matchup against Dallas, this is going to be, and Cleveland is going to play very, very, they're going to be going for it on fourth down. A Judkins is going to get the start. Joe Flacco, a veteran.
I mean, you
This
could
game-
see you see the recipe there. You could see the upset. I totally see what you're saying.
I
But you gotta
really
pick
do
Green Bay.
want to take the Browns. I do, but I just can't.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Green Bay, but I would not lay the points here, people. I would not. I would stay away from it, but this is an upset alert. Definitely. I'm telling you, get ready.
Yeah.
So
on our next matchup, we have a Houston team that seems to have, I don't even know, lost its identity, trying to find its identity, because they did have an identity at some point, but maybe that was a couple of seasons ago. They haven't looked good this year. I for some reason thought they had won that first game, but I guess they didn't. But they got them 0-2 Houston going into Jacksonville. Jacksonville also kind of, you look good, you don't look good. Oh man, this is kind of a tough matchup just because both teams can look shitty and both teams can have potential to look good too. I would have to swing Houston's way a little bit more. I don't know why, even though Jacksonville have been looking better.
yeah. I'm going to go with Houston. I actually thought they looked good in the second half last week. Jacksonville, I'm not real sure about that. I'm not. They're not looking great, even though they're 1-1. I think Houston is a good 0-2 team, banged up. I'm going to take the Texans on the road.
I like it. Now we got our next one. We got the Cincinnati Bengals. That one, who's starting?
Yeah.
Is Joe Burrow there? I mean, is it?
Yeah, it's Joe Burrow. No. It's not Joe Burrow. It's Battle of the Backups.
Battle of the Backups.
Yeah. So,
Well, I mean, you look at them. I think Minnesota has a better defense. They have more of a supporting cast around them. I would probably
Carson
go.
Wentz.
I would go Minnesota just because I think the magic that comes a little bit with Cincinnati is from Joe Burrow. Even though I think the weapons around them could definitely. I mean, you got two good wide receivers, and I just like Minnesota's weapons a little bit more.
Yeah, it's Carson Wentz versus whatever this dude's name is. What's the quarterback's name for?
Was it Sam Howard? No.
No, what's the quarterback's name for Cincinnati? He got hot actually, but yeah, I can't think of it right now. Put it in the chat. Somebody. Wentz. I know we got Wentz, but whose quarterback is? No, it's not Bryce Young. I can't think of the dude's name. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the home team just because.
Yeah.
I think that the Bengals were 2-0, and I don't think they played great. They just happen to be 2-0. I think they go to 2-1. So that's where I go.
All right. So on the next matchup,
He's
we got a
nuts. That's it.
we got Pittsburgh going against New England. Now, this game in the past has been a really battle back and forth, history, driving. Do you see these two teams having that same history right now? With their, trying to find who the hell they are. It still may be a battle back and forth. I know when I look at these two teams, I'm not quite sure who I'm going to pick. But if I had to probably go, he's going to let me down. But I'm going to probably go with the veteran quarterback and go Pittsburgh in this matchup.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Patriots at home. I think Aaron Rodgers, what he showed last week, I don't know. I think the Patriots defense can get to him. I don't know. I know I'm going against the grain here, but give me the home team. I don't know. I'm not sold on Pittsburgh. I'm not sold on Aaron Rodgers.
No, and I totally get it, but I'm not really sold on what New England has going on
Yeah,
over
me
there as
neither.
well, too.
Me neither.
So when it comes to who are you sold less
Ugly
on, I'll go New England. I do like their coach, though. So when you're looking at this next one, this next one's here, we got the Rams going into Philadelphia. Both teams are 2-0. I think maybe the Rams are a little bit more misleading in that sense when I look at this matchup. But how do you see this game going? Are you going to piss the people off? Here we go.
Jesse Montanez, Rams using Ramsey's condom for Beagles Ramming G-Man. Nice, Jesse. Nice, brother. Nice.
I like it. Very
Did
poetic.
you ask me about the Eagle game?
Yes. I was asking about the Eagles and Rams. Yes.
Yeah. This is a tough game for me. Looking inside the numbers, though, I was really surprised. This is one of those games where I told 85% of the public is picking the Eagles this week. The line on the game is Eagles -3, 3.5.
And that's I'm not surprised.
Basically, they're saying it is a pick'em football game. I think the Rams are playing better right now in every category.
Yeah, that's the part that I'm like, it wants me to.
So I'm gonna take the Rams here on a revenge from last year's playoff. Even though we haven't seen any of these teams who lost actually exact any kind of revenge, but it's not. I'm not very confident in this. I think the Rams are the better team right now, and they're both 2-0. So if the Eagles find a way to win, then that's a very, very good win. That would be their best win
As of right now,
to date.
Yeah.
This Rams team, this Rams defense is no joke.
Yeah.
So
Man.
I would go Rams. I would go Rams in a good game.
And I say,
but
I think if Eagles win, this is a really good one for them. Kind of really sets them up, especially if you're looking at playoffs later on between the two. You know, who's hosting who.
right.
I know seats that can change everything as well too. But this could mean stuff as well too. But man, I think you're right. I would have to pick the Rams just because I think they're playing better right now. But man, Philly at
Just
home.
look at every stat.
Like
you know?
if Philly all of a sudden gets their running game going and the defense
Or
can get
passing
going,
game going, too.
Yeah, they have a lot of weapons. I could see this game going either way. So that's very interesting.
I just see the Rams winning the football game. So
Rams this so nice. I like it, Bobby.
but again, that don't
No, it doesn't mean anything for us. Like it just again, like I think
if you ask me who to pick, I think the Rams are right now playing better.
just playing
so
better.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
That
take
doesn't
the
mean
Rams.
shit later on. When it matters. They beat us in the beginning of the
Rams,
season, but
no
we beat you in the
linebacker,
playoffs,
corner, defensive tackle. Well, then, Linda, why is the line only 3? You would have thought that it would have
that would've
spiked
been
up. The
different,
line's
yeah.
telling me something, Linda. Line's telling me to take the Rams, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's
So,
just a
yes.
prediction.
So the next one we have, I think, is interesting because now I guess it's going to be a throwback thing because they got the New York Jets going into Tampa, and the Tampa's got the old swashbuckler. So maybe
Tampa
we'll
Bay's
see some
gonna roll.
old orange creamsicle
Tampa
colors.
Bay's good, people.
I think Tampa
real
Bay's
good.
playing really, really good. They're playing well. They're very cohesive. You can see the camaraderie between it. They believe in their
Ibuka's
quarterback.
playing.
Ibuka's playing amazing. Like I wasn't surprised the first game when he had 2 touchdowns right off the bat. I'm like, nope, not surprised at all. Amazing.
Yeah,
routes.
and he don't look slow like
Nope.
people were saying. He's a great route runner. Again,
Drew, man, you are so opposite, man. You ride that wave. You gotta calm it down, dude. Every category, you jump on that stuff, man. Like, no, we're talking about a game. Like, oh, we don't play your thing. Oh, well, they're fixing the narrative, man, dude. Calm it down, dude.
I'm picking a game.
I know. I'm just like, it's just
we don't
dude.
have discussions about. Listen, we gotta make sure we pick again. I took the Eagles over Dallas. I didn't hear you saying anything.
Yeah.
Drew.
Oh, it was the narrative and stuff. No, nothing then. No, exactly. Because obviously we weren't picking against his team. That's the whole thing of different stuff. Like it happens. Very offended,
Again,
like Michael Jordan.
I
I
got
took
bigger
offense to
things
it.
to worry about than what he thinks about my prediction.
Like it's all like,
So,
dude. Like okay.
That's fine.
So anyway, so when you look at this, I got to go with you as well too. Tampa Bay. I think New York has an amazing defense. Aaron Glenn, I think, to whatever he's going to do in there, I think it's going to take maybe a year or two. Hopefully, he gets that time to be able to get his guys in there. I know the defense is got some pieces there. It's just that offense. You kind of have to. You need something to kind of complement it as well too. I mean, they keep you in games and it ain't going to mean much. So I think Tampa in the long run when this. I just think they can put up some points.
And they're banged up, Tampa, but
they
they're
are.
still,
Still putting
but
up.
they're still.
They believe in their
I think
quarterback.
they're rolling this game. I mean, come on. How do you not like what Baker Mayfield? I mean, what he said to C.J. Gardner Johnson. that was hysterical at the end of that game. I just think they're very talented. Mark Hudson, the Eagles will win by tush push. Yeah, I mean that wouldn't surprise me. It's not like I'm flexing saying blowout. No, if you're asking me right now, I think the Rams have revenge on their mind. Again, that's all. But
that's what
yeah,
I'm
who
saying.
you like?
Yeah.
You like the Bucks too? There,
I like the Bucks too as well on
Yeah.
this one.
Me and
again,
Phil are agreeing way too much.
Well, that's how this has been this season. I think there's been 2 or 3 games in the thing that we haven't agreed on.
And you didn't do Pigskin Pick'em this year.
No, I didn't.
noticed.
No, I didn't.
Nick.
No, I didn't. I ain't got no time for that, man. I got like 4 fantasies. I'm like, I did.
Yeah, well, that's ridiculous for fantasy.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I don't. It's hard for me to say no, man. So when we go into this next game, we got Indianapolis, which looked pretty good last week. A lot of teams, a lot of people are talking about them right
It's
now.
another
We're
hard
2-0.
game. I ain't gonna lie to you, people. There's
Going
a lot
into
of hard games this
Tennessee,
week.
even though Tennessee going 0-2, yeah, I would have to agree with you. I think this matchup looks really good on paper. When you look at Indianapolis, I just think they're playing, again, better football. So I got to give Indianapolis the win, even though I think Tennessee has the weapons. I think Ward can turn it on at any point, and actually show you why he was drafted as high as he can. I just still think there's a lot to that Tennessee. There's a reason why they're picking towards the top of the draft. It's just they need pieces. When you trade your cornerstone franchise pieces away, and you don't replace them, trust me, man, it's hard to find an amazing wide receiver and a great quarterback combo all the time. So I still think they still need to put a lot more pieces together. They still need a lot more moves, and until that happens, it's going to be hard to when it comes to the battles back and forth, it's going to be hard for them to win those games. So Indianapolis right now, we'll see if Daniel Jones is and that Richardson combination.
This is a big one for me because I'm going to go opposite. I want to go with the Titans. I don't believe Danny Dimes on the road, first road game of the year. I don't think that he could win on the road. Now, I know he can. I mean, he can prove me wrong, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take the Titans to get their first win. Tennessee's not the easiest place to play. I like the rookie quarterback. You got Tony Pollard. I mean, he's got some weapons. I'm going to go with the Titans. I just keep seeing flashbacks of Daniel Jones. Yeah, he's been on the indoors at home. I could be wrong. I would take the points with the Titans.
No, and I mean, history says that it's understandable for you to be that concern.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I feel like it's not very confident. I'm not confident in picking the Titans, but I'm just saying if I'm picking games, I kind of like them against the Colts. So the Colts going to go 3-0. I guess they can go through on the road. Daniel Jones.
Yeah, man.
I guess.
He's making
I don't
people
know.
regret. He's like, it's the X. It's the X store.
Danny
I'm making
Dimes?
all those people regret getting rid of me.
I don't know. I don't know if the cop pizzle can handle it.
I don't know, man. I don't that. I think it's a Cinderella story at some point. The pumpkin, the carriage goes into the pumpkin and everything, and he just comes back down to earth.
That's what I'm saying.
It's that Sam Darnold, kind of whole situation. You saw Sam going like, oh man, you're happy for him, but you knew at some point when the going got tough and the line, was on the line and everything. Hey, but he got his contract after that.
On the line.
Yeah, on the line.
On the line. I'm
ready.
trying to see here. Yeah. Injuries. Ladarius Sneed. It's questionable.
I'm interested in this next game because I think there's a lot of stories coming out of this from both teams. When I look at the Las Vegas Raiders, Genty, the conversations that have been happening with the coach there, you're going against Washington, a Washington team that does not have their starting quarterback because of why? Because he's taking too many hits, like we've been talking about. Running and doing stuff. You just take too many hits. This is the stuff that starts to happen. Just needs to put some weight on, but I think eventually, obviously, he'll come back and be amazing. But when you look at this matchup, you're looking at probably two quarterbacks that I think are a lot more matchable. That match up a lot. Very equally. If I was looking Daniels on one side and then I had Gino on the other side, I would be like, yeah, it's a big mismatch. But when I look at Mariota and Gino, I definitely see if there's a shootout, it's I wouldn't be surprised. I'd imagine these defenses are going to be able to put the clamps on these two, and it's going to be a struggle for a while. I would probably go between the two.
Tough game, man.
Man, it is. I would say there's more supporting cast in Washington, so I would say that they have more of a cast to support a backup quarterback than what Las
Yeah.
Vegas has. I mean, not to say that Geno is the backup quarterback, but he sure as hell plays like
I'm
it
rooting for the
sometimes.
Raiders. I'm really
I
rooting
will
for
too,
them,
yeah.
but I don't believe they can go on. Again, I don't think they can go on the road and win. I didn't understand Geno Smith from day one. And I saw Brian Baldinger breaking down the Raiders' offensive line. It's horrendous. The Las Vegas Raiders' offensive line is horrendous. And this is the guy I was going to, like we were talking about centers. Jackson Powers Johnson. He is now playing center for the Raiders. They bumped him out to left guard. And they're missing blocks left and right. Ashton Genty has no chance. And I think Washington's going to get the W.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, here's the thing is, like, and Genty, I really like Genty. We liked him coming out of the draft as well, too. Picking up the blitz, sometimes he just looks really lost out there. He's a rookie. He's young, you know, a couple years into it, whether it's next year. I think he'll definitely have his head on his shoulders a little bit more where he won't be standing around watching defensive linemen come in and get his quarterback. And so I've seen him a little bit kind of move his hands, and that usually tells, the way that he's moving it just kind of says that I'm a little bit lost. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing at this moment. And I think sometimes even with the coaches and the way that they talk about him as well too, they don't even know what to do with him. You know, they need to figure out, you know, go back to his college tape, look at what they did there, and kind of mimic that a little bit in the running game. And I'm pretty sure you can get him going downhill very, very nicely if you can kind of get that going. And if you got at least your offensive line kind of hitting people instead of, you know, people hitting them, I think that might help them as well too, instead of, like, you know, as he was saying, people missing blocks and allowing them to just kind of rush on in. So that's how you fix it, right? You fix it with the running game, and I think you have the right running back at least to be able to do it. It's just, will they be able to do it this week? Yeah, I wouldn't put my money on that one. But at least they still got their starting quarterback, right? Starting quarterback?
Yes, yes.
So this next one I think is a little bit interesting, just because I think these are two teams that I think are, you know, if you really look at them, they're very talented and they could be up there in the playoff contention and talks and stuff. But I think also are probably, you know, flying really low on the radar as well too. And that's the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Chargers. I was going to say the Clippers. That's not right. The Los Angeles Chargers. And both of these teams, I think the coaching, when you come down to the coaching, they want to win. They want to prove to each other. They got two young quarterbacks. I think one, you know, two Oregon quarterbacks. Let's just be real. And nobody really pointed. But I think Herbert just a little bit, you know, just has more talent. I think Nick's has more confidence, you know, when you look at it.
Yeah.
The two.
Yeah.
I like the supporting they have on both sides. I think the defense on Denver, I like them a lot more than I like the Chargers. So when I go on that, I had to go. I'm going to go a little bit. I don't know what the numbers are saying in the matchups between them, but I'm going to probably go Denver in this matchup, and I don't feel extremely confident.
Again, another hard game, everybody. It's a very tough football game. Right now, the line on the game is Chargers minus
I see
2.5.
You're just picking everything against me. I see.
No,
I'm
the Chargers are minus 2.5, but I am also going to go with the Broncos. Again, I've been on the Broncos since before the season started. I don't know why. I like the Broncos. Now, they have not lived up to it thus far. They haven't been that good. I think the Chargers have played over their head a little bit. I think the Chargers are going to have a tough time via the air against the Broncos. Broncos have a really good secondary. I'm going to go with the Broncos
probably the
as
best
well.
Corner in the league. Let's just be real. Patrick Surtain.
Yeah. I think Patrick Surtain. Again, I think this is a good spot for the Broncos. They're 1-1 against the 2-0 Chargers. They'll both be 2-1 after this game. I just feel it. It's in LA. But again, I'm thinking Broncos.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and the line, you would think the line would be higher. You know, they're only giving up. They're actually saying that the Chargers, it's basically 3 points, 2.5, 3 points. So that's telling me to take the Broncos.
Yeah.
So that's me.
So, all right. So, you know, that was the first of our 4 o'clock game. Our other 4 o'clock game before we go into the 4:30. That's a difference of 30 minutes. That can be life and death right there. So, we got the New Orleans Saints trying to figure out who they are. Again, I want to give a little bit more in that sense. You know, you need a year or two while you get your people in there, get just your personnel. I think just the people, the weapons that you want as well. So it's going to be hard this year for him to really find these victories. I think this is going to be a very tough one. A Seattle team that is up and down too, but I think has a very talented roster when you really look at them from afar. I got to go Seattle with this one. But hey, New Orleans could all of a sudden whip something out and win it. I wouldn't be surprised because I think that's how much talent they do have. But I think there is a little bit of lopsidedness when it comes to the overall talent, and I got to go Seattle with it.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Seattle myself. I'm going to go Seattle Seahawks here. New Orleans, if they can't win last week, then I don't think they're going to win. In my opinion, you had an opportunity to beat the 49ers without their starting quarterback, and you were in it for a little bit. Seattle, 1-1 team playing with the 12th man behind them. I'll definitely go with Seattle. Sorry, New Orleans and Desmond Ritter or whoever your quarterback is. Give me the Seahawks at home.
So I'm going to skip ours, and I'm going to go over to the next 4:30 game, and that is the Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers still, I believe, missing pieces. Still was able to win. They're 2-0. Arizona 2-0. I think Arizona's been a sneaky 2-0. Look kind of impressive at times. Been putting points up on the board. Defense kind of doing their thing. So between there, I'm going to go Arizona on this matchup. And I think just their starting quarterback alone can counter this little balance here.
Again, I'm surprised at the line. The line is 2.5. Home run Phillies. Nice. The Niners are 2.5 point favorites. Some casinos have it at 1.5. I love the Cardinals in this game. I absolutely love the Cardinals. That's just me, though. Right now, the records are Niners are 2-0. Remember, they had that college schedule, and the Cardinals are 2-0. This is battle of the undefeateds. Give me the Cardinals. They have way more weapons.
I think Niners win the division overall. I agree as well too. I just think in this matchup, the way that injuries, I think that might catch up with them on a divisional game like this. It's always going to be a tough matchup as well too. So this next game, I think the referees are going to be involved in this next one. You got the Kansas City Chiefs going into New York to play the Giants. Do you think the NFL is going to allow the Chiefs to go 0-3?
I don't. I think I'm rooting for the Giants, believe it or not. As a Cowboy fan, I am rooting for the Giants.
Yeah, I don't want you to have the top pick of the draft.
I don't know. This game is so hard, man. I might have to just stick to my guns and take the Giants. I think there's a real opportunity
I think the Giants are a more talented team. I think they have more talent across the board when it comes to these two matchups.
We talked about Kansas City, and we're going to see Kansas City probably with all their weapons, right? I mean, Xavier Worthy is out again. So they're going with really hardly anybody good, but they got great coaching. And we know that the Giants, sorry, Jesse, does not have great coaching. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs to win the football game, but not because of anything other than the coaching, which I think was what kept them in the Eagle game as long as they did. Let's face it, if Kelsey catches the ball, Eagles still get the ball with a chance to win. But I think, it's a little more
when I look at the two teams, I think Giants got there's so much more talent when it comes to defense that they're going to match up against. Kelsey kind of been dropping the ball. I think he's been more of a liability than he's been anything this year. And I think that's where he needs to kind of prove his worth a little bit more, especially to his own quarterback. The tight end needs to be that guy that you can rely on. And you just haven't seen it this year. I think he's been more worried about wedding plans and decorations and shit than he has been about catching a fly route or the curl route.
Yeah, exactly. Him and CD, you need to get a room. But CD had a good game last. He dropped the ball last game too. But yeah, Kelsey, and I have him in both of my fantasy leagues. He's done decent. I think Kelsey's going to have a monster game tomorrow night.
I think he's going to need to. He's going to need to.
It had nothing to do with the Giants, Jesse. No. Sorry, brother.
I think the refs are going to get involved a little bit in this game. I think there's going to be some stuff in there. I'm sorry, but I think that's the reason why. I mean, otherwise, to me, the Giants will win if Russell Wilson can play like he was playing. But to me, I don't see that continuing. I don't see it continuing to the next game. Yes, I can see him whipping it out 2 more games from now. But that was again against a defense that you just had to kind of throw it up and allow them to do it. I think that secondary was very suspect, and Donovan Wilson back there in coverage. I think again he just needs to be more of in the linebacker core than he has to be in the safety room.
I'm rooting for you, Jesse. Sorry,
I'd rather have Wanye back there. I would love to have Wanye in that deep field covering that route than anybody. And I know Wanye is the lowest. So when I'm sorry, I've been going on another tangent. When I look at him, I think Russell. It has to go with Russell. I want to pick the Giants, but I don't think But I don't think Russell's going to be there. So I gotta say the Kansas City Chiefs just because I don't think Russell shows up.
I thought you were going.
I want to go Giants. Yeah,
let's ride.
You know what? You know what? No, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and take my upset of the week is gonna be this game. I'm gonna say the Giants beat Kansas City because I think they are a more talented team, and can they overcome the actual overcome the referees and everything? I think that's going to be the thing, So
Giants missing. That's right. No, I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I don't know, man. I just think the Giants are broken. We made Giants look better than they probably are. Sorry, Jesse.
I agree. I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree on that one.
I mean, we picked Dallas to win. They won, but it was by the hair. They should have lost.
Dirty Sands, if that happens, that'd probably be the best thing that could happen for them.
Jesse, Dallas should have lost, but I think it's better for you, bro.
Oh yeah, in the long run, it is way better.
I hope you win this game, Jesse. I don't want you getting, like Phil said, I don't want you getting too high a pick. Win the game, brother. Yes. But I don't know that you can. I think you can.
I think so. I think again, I question some of the offensive line for the Chiefs.
Jesse, if you don't win now, when are you going to win? This is a perfect time to face the Chiefs.
Yep.
They don't have any receivers right now. They got Travis Kelce, who's dropping shit left and right. He's getting married to Tay. He can't seem to shake it off.
Damn, Ultra.
I get it.
Damn, Ultra. It's like Ultra's like the Giants consistently pick top 5 and they still suck.
He's got him 59
to get a burn there.
Safety because
I like this next matchup. So that one right there was the Sunday Night Football. I think that's a good Sunday Night Football game. I think Giants deserve a little bit of airtime there. But let's go over to the Monday Night Football game, and that is the Detroit Lions going into Baltimore to take on the Ravens. This seems to be a really good matchup on paper.
This is a phenomenal football game right here.
Yes, I think this is a great Week 3 matchup to finish out this week. This is one of those ones, man. I would have to immediately think the Ravens is going to be my pick. I think the Detroit Lions can pick it, but obviously it's only been 2 games, so up and down because of win and loss. But they looked really bad that first game. It'd be different if they were in that game, and it was like they lost it at the end. Then I'd go, oh yeah, Detroit. But yeah, they looked really bad, and then they looked really good. So I had to pick Baltimore just because at least with Baltimore they were in that game, even though they lost it at the end.
This one I actually I very rarely will pick against Baltimore at home. Don't ask me why. M&T Bank Field, whatever the hell it's called. I was driving to Marks one time and took a wrong turn. I'm literally in the parking lot of M&T Bank. There was like a detour. I had to get off of 95. Literally, that's a tough place to play. It really is a tough place to play. I think it'll be entertaining. I could see it going either way. I don't know what Detroit showed me week 1 that they're flawed, right? And then week 2, they win the Ben Johnson Bowl and put up 50 points. I think the Ravens at home with Lamar is going to be too much for Detroit. But again, I'm not confident on this one.
No. And that's what makes it a great matchup. I think
it seems like every game on the card, almost, I feel the same way about, like, I would not be betting this. Again, I've always had way more success in college football than pro as far as betting. I don't know, man. I'm going to go Ravens because they're home. 1-1, 1-1. But I can see Detroit just going nuts too, So it's
that's what I'm saying. You can't see
that's going to be an entertaining game.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. You can see any kind of outcome. I can see Detroit running
I'll
away with
take
it.
The Ravens.
I can see Ravens. I can see it back and forth. I can see it's so many different
I'll take, but Detroit's got so much offensive weapons that I could see Detroit getting a lead and Ravens. That's where the Ravens are.
Well,
a
it
problem.
depends. I mean, is it when Hamilton is in the locker room and he's being checked out for his injury, and then he comes back out? Because he usually makes a play in the beginning, and then he goes to the locker room, gets checked out, he does his ritual, whatever in there. I don't know if he's snorting lines or something like that. I don't know what he's doing. And then he comes back out into like the third-ish quarter, and then he comes back. So that just seems to be his ritual.
And Campbell's all hopped up on something.
Yeah, that guy just like needs to. Let's go for it. Let's go for it, man. We're only kicking it, dude. Like, just let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Go for it. It's first down.
You want the 2-point conversion?
Right,
yeah, let's
right,
go
right,
for it.
right.
Let's just do it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. You know, just like, hey,
Yeah,
sir.
I'll take the
When he's in
Ravens,
the Olive
man.
Garden, and you're just like, hey, sir, do you want some Parmesan? Yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. You know, it's just
Keep bringing the breadsticks.
Just get it. Bring it.
Keep bringing the breadsticks.
Bringing it. That's what we do. That's what Maryland does, baby.
Ravens defense is real good. I agree. I like the Ravens.
Yeah. So anyway, so now we're circling.
Everybody.
Now we're circling back around, and we're going to talk about, of course, the Dallas Cowboys versus Chicago Bears. I am going to allow you to take the floor, sir, and give us your mail review.
You let me do that before.
Yeah, I have to, man. I like in the segment. I like how it rolls. I like how it rolls.
All right. Well, listen, man. I mean, this game really should not be as close as I'm going to, predict it. Just because outside of Rome Odunze, they got DeAndre Swift, the Bears. But Rome Odunze is, a matter of fact, I started him in my fantasy. I think I'm playing Drew this week. I benched Marvin Harrison Jr. for Rome Odunze. Because I don't know. I think he's good for 2 touchdowns in this game. I think he scores 2 touchdowns. I think that this is a lot harder than it should be.
It will be.
I don't think it's going to be easy. Dallas, as we sit here today, is a 1 to 1.5 point favorite on the road. So Dallas is it? What happened?
It's not great though. I mean, it's at least we're not.
Who, DJ Moore? He's solid. He's solid. But I mean, he hasn't done much this year, Drew. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and he can destroy. That's the thing is about DJ Moore is that all of a sudden he can disappear, and then all of a sudden he's just a 200-yard game.
Well, especially against the secondary this week.
Oh hell yeah, yeah. But you have to have Caleb Williams time to throw it deep, you know.
But yeah, exactly. And I think we're gonna stop the run, and I think we can. I think it's gonna be a higher scoring game. Just to let you know, coming in here. The Dallas is favored by 1.5. It's 50.5. The over/under, 50.5. A lot of points are going to be scored here. I expect Dallas to put up a big number as well. There's supposed to be some light rain as of now.
Agreed.
Light rain. But let me go to the mailbox here again.
Oh yeah.
It could be worse. It could be a bigger margin, but I see Dallas. They're getting the job done offensively, but I also see them giving up some points. I see them giving up 3 touchdowns and a field goal. So I think final score somewhere in this vicinity. I got the Cowboys 34, Bears 27. So we're gonna go over the 50.5. I love that bet, and minus the 1.5. If Bears win, I can see them, kicking a field goal. But I'm not going to take anybody over Dallas as far as field goal kickers. I just see Dallas being able to move the ball against this team. This team their defense is not great. And if you're going to give Dak a lot of time, I think the offense is starting to gel. Yes. Dare I say gel. They're getting George Pickens the ball, Phil.
Yeah.
CD has got a chip on the shoulder, and he's got something to prove. Javonte Williams is... Dude, I mean, what a pickup. Again, just steady Eddie back there. You're gaining 4 yards every time. He had 4.6 yards last week every time he touched the ball. Miles Sanders, a smattering of Miles. I want to see some Hunter Lepke. But, yeah, give me the Cowboys in a big scoring affair on the road.
Nice. I like it. When I look at this matchup, I'm with you. In the beginning of the season, I probably would have put us as running away with this. Chicago, I think Ben Johnson just gives them something, even if they can't put it. they haven't been able to kind of put it out into the end zone and everything. I think him automatically kind of gains you the knowledge to be able to score this. Now you need to actually go out there and execute, and I think that's the only been problem with that. When they have time to kind of look at you and kind of game plan, and they have that game plan, and let's say they find success, I think that's where that's where it's gonna be have a big problem with, especially with our defense and that secondary that we're very much questioning. And I think Drew's right. Our pass rush has been very suspect. They've had pressures, but that don't mean shit if you're not getting you're not putting pressure and making the quarterback think and change it. I think that's the Caleb Williams thing. He has the ability to roll out of there. I like that we have guys like Solomon Thomas, Osa Digizuwas that can run him down, these fast guys. No, we don't have a Micah Parsons, and that's just not something you're going to be able to replace, especially this year as well, too. When I look at this offense for us, I think it has so much room to have success, whether you're talking about Williams having that, I want to, again, ride those wheels until it falls off. Now, if he's back from his injuries and you are able to get the whole season from him, that's amazing. I just love the way that he's running behind this offensive line, but I think your success the most is going to be, of course, it's going to be through the air, man. It's going to be through the air against this secondary that is questionable going into this season in general, and now going into this game even more questionable. I mean, it's going to be going through the air. I mean, this is Pickens should have a day. CeeDee Lamb's going to have a day. The only thing that's going to stop them, of course, is going to be their drops. I think they want to put on such a show sometimes that those drops do come. Yeah, I did, Jess. I really did go there. Airwolf, I really did.
Airwolf.
But I like see the tight ends also getting involved. I want to see some more consistency from them. I did see some times where they really needed them to take a catch. They did make those catches. So I want to see everybody start to get involved. But I think you can have a hell of a combination of a balance between those. But so when I look at it in the end, I think Chicago again. I think I'm with him. I think they definitely score on this defense. Look at the defense. I mean, it's you can score on it. There is no questions. It's just, are you going to be able to score enough, and can our offense find success? So when I look at this too, I'm going to go as well. I'm going to go very close to what Mark Hudson had. He had 38-17, but I'm going to go close to that, and I'm going to say 34-17. I think the Cowboys win this.
Yeah, we're close.
They could be pulling off at the end, but I do think it's going to be a very close game, back and forth, whether it's non-success, whether it is success, going back and forth. I do see it being close. Hopefully we can pull it out at the end and kind of take off as we can. So
I take it with a grain of salt. I just feel like if Dallas is going to have the season that we hope, or at least have a chance, this is a game you need to win.
You have to win, yeah.
The Green Bay team, I didn't have us beating Green Bay anyway. Now with Micah Parsons, it's even more. I think we could beat them, but we need to be loosey-goosey going into that game. We can't be 1-2, staring at 1-3. Even though I had them 1-3, I'm getting greedy here. Week 1, you know what happened. Week 2, you know what happened. I think they are what they are. They're 1-1. That's probably where they should be, Dallas. You are what your record says you are, in the words of Bill Parcells. But I think Dallas is starting to play better offensively, and that will definitely help the defense. More importantly, I'm waiting to see. Eberflus is alluding to a lot. Now, he was alluding a little bit last week, and we didn't see much of anything. We played a lot of zone. You got to believe that Matt Eberflus is going to have something in store for his old team, right? And history will tell you that point usually goes to the home team, not the coach coming in. Usually they try too hard, but he's not the head coach. He's the coordinator. You heard Shoddy talking about, hey, we're going to keep it, we're going to just stay focused on but you would think he of all people, he's the one who drafted Caleb Williams. He should know how to defend them. If it's me, again, I'm going to make sure that Rome Odunze does not beat me. Now, he's a red zone threat, but Drew brings up a great point. DJ Moore is scary. He hasn't really shown it yet this year.
But he's due for
it. But he's due, and I agree with you. DeAndre Swift, okay. I think
he has the ability to.
But I mean, we've stopped the run, and I believe that's going to continue.
I agree on that.
I believe that's going to continue. Right. So I'm curious to see Eberflus and what he has for the defense. If he just does what he's been doing, we may lose. And
Well, they have talent there. I mean, again, I think Ben Johnson himself, just he can attack your weaknesses, and we know this defense has a lot of weaknesses, especially if they don't tend to try to change some personnel, switch some guys up, maybe put some guys in different positions where you're finding a little bit more success. Maybe a taller corner in the back there. So I think you have these guys that can especially in the front. The front of your defensive line and maybe your linebackers as well too. I think Jack Sanborn's going to have something to say as well too. So I'm interested in seeing some hell of a football this weekend. I mean, college football has been pretty good so far.
I'll be looking at my
I think there's some good football.
That's about it.
Some good football to get your TiVo
at
going.
the bar. And the TV at the bar.
Well, remember that the one that you have, the blue thing, it does playback, so you can watch the games from the day before as well. So you can watch all those games.
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
I'm not going to watch it, but I'll know the outcome at that point.
Yeah, I know that.
I don't care about it at that point. But yeah, I hear you. Just real quick before we get out of here, Dre Greenlaw is out. Just put on the IR. Boy, did we dodge a bullet there. We all wanted Dre Greenlaw in free agency. Yeah. But he's going to miss at least the next 4 games with a bad quad or hamstring.
Yeah,
so,
we know he had that problem, and they knew he had that problem when they signed him.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you get a guy like that, it's like a Sean Lee type of situation where he's a difference maker when he's actually playing, but you're going to be without him for games, and those are the type of guys you unfortunately do have on your roster. They do kind of slip in there, and but they are difference makers once they hit the field.
Right.
So game time, man. Here we are, man. And at week 3 as well. We still got a long NFL season to go. And of course, by week 11, we are going to be in Las Vegas celebrating, hopefully. Or
that's another reason why
I want to enjoy some football too. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's another reason why we need Dallas to win. We want it to be better than it was last year going to AT&T. We want to be in the mix.
We're depleted.
So I think like a win against the Bears will definitely put them a game ahead of where I had them, with a potential and a great game coming up the following week with Green Bay, with all the emotions, everything. That'll be exciting. So they need to win. So let's root for a win, people. Let's root for the Cowboys.
I'll look for it. I got to check.
Even Eagle fans. Come on, we need your help.
I don't check it enough, so I apologize for that. So if it takes me sometimes weeks, I really apologize for that. Sometimes I don't check the Facebook messages.
What's up, Drew? We were going to run away with the division. Yeah, you ain't running away with nothing. Stop.
Yeah, that's good to have confidence in your team, though, man. That's the thing.
He does have confidence.
Yeah.
He does have confidence. That's all that matters.
And as we get to see that's the thing is, as we see our team go, I didn't have. I get a little bit more confidence in some of these guys that I did have question marks on. I wanted to see them do it at a consistent basis. I want to see them be able to do it for the rest of the whole season and stay healthy. But, I mean, that is extremely hard, especially when you guys are hitting each other at 100 miles an hour. And, you know how the NFL is built. So anyways, Brian, I appreciate you coming through. Anything you want to say to the folks before we get out of here?
No, other than the dogs are freaking out. No, I'm good. Who's coming in?
So thank you very much, guys, for the super chats. I really honestly appreciate the support as well on Brian's channel. We're not going to have a post game, but maybe the next following day you're going to try to do something. You don't know, so we'll keep that out. Just text me if you decide to.
Yeah, we'll see, man.
So just let me know.
If
not, don't worry about it, man.
I don't see a super who we playing next week? Who we playing?
We play
Green Bay. Yeah, I don't see NFT's clash now, unless I get a crazy guest, then I'll bring them on back. It wouldn't be a clash on Wednesday, but that doesn't mean I won't do something. But I may do something late tomorrow night if I'm feeling it. If Phil wants to do a post game, he can. But if not, I may, like, we're talking late tomorrow night. If not, I hate to do it Monday morning. People are working. I'll be off Monday. So there's a chance. Have your bell notifications on that tomorrow night when I get home, I'll do a live stream. You're going over the day's football. It's possible. I can't rule it out. So.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate everybody coming through, talking smack, talking confidently about your team, just talking football, because that's what we are. We're week 3 in the NFL season, and there's still a long ways to go. We've seen teams that have gone, not have the greatest start, and then, of course, we talk about teams like the Chiefs, where these are the normal, Yeah, they may have not started 0-2, but they had slow starts and then pick it up later on in the season. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's the case. But here we are, week 3, and we're already talking about games that really matter. And I appreciate everybody coming through. Let us know in the comments what you guys think the score is going to be. Who do you think is going to win? But anyways, Game Time, I appreciate you coming through, man, and enjoy your day, and congratulations to your son and your family as your family gets bigger as well.
Definitely. Last night was the rehearsal dinner. It went swimmingly, and then today was a long day with the double funeral. But yes, I needed a good night's sleep, and back at it tomorrow for another long day. But it's a joyous day. It's going to be very good, very fun. Beautiful weather. It's going to be 74, no rain, bright sunshine. It's perfect. So I'm happy for them. And listen, just remember one thing. Don't forget to ring that bell.
Ring that damn bell. Because I think I keep forgetting to actually say that. But there you go. Ring it. All right. Peace.
That was ominous. What the was that? What the is this?
Move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas. Okay, move it like this, move it like that. Si tú quieres ven para acá o voy para allá. Que me gusta la manera que tú lo mueves, cómo te entregas, cómo lo bailas.
Con J. y con la matrícula. Ella combate amiga, dice que todo se va. Sáquenme la botella que funda para gastarle. Esta noche tú y yo nos vivimos la película. Luce cámara, la acción después en mi recámara. En el duelo no se sabe quién ganará. So baile y baby, ese seguro y retrocede. Que me encanta la manera en que tú lo mueves.
Solo pégate un poquito, mami, que yo quiero enseñarte lo que yo tengo para ti, lo que tengo para ti. Sé que te va a encantar como me yo.
What the heck was that? Forgot what I was gonna say.